Hey, good evening. Welcome to my Monday night training. This is Brian Johnson, and if you are just joining me for the first time, first off, congratulations, because your life as you know it may never be the same if you choose to trust me. Follow my advice. Allow me to share some wisdom and information that I have been blessed with and have seen consistently and predictably create miracles in thousands of people's lives just like yourself. So if this is your first time, welcome. We appreciate you. Make sure you leave a little message in the box that says first timer. That way we can love on you. Make sure you're welcome into our family, into our tribe. We have such an amazing group of amazing people here that are in our tribe. They are super supportive, super appreciative, super grateful, and super authentic, which is the prerequisite to be part of our amazing little crew. So welcome, Micah Cook. So if you have been following me for a little while, tonight starts part 3 of my body language series. What's up, Sharonda? Tonight starts part 3. If you have not and are not on my email list, make sure you do that ASAP. I have a ton of notes that I'm staring at right here that I'm going to be using to support you, and you can actually follow along with these. And this is super important information. Like, to be honest with you, this by far takes the cake on anything I have ever learned and been taught and seen effectively work consistently in seconds to minutes. I have seen miracle after miracle after miracle. So, with that in mind, my invitation to you is this. Give yourself full permission to suspend your disbelief. Just put it aside. Allow me to present some wisdom to you that I have invested a lot of time, money, and well over 100,000 hours in my lengthy little short time here on the planet. That's the amount of time I have invested, actually over that, in acquiring, learning, experiencing, and just using these skills in my life. So without further ado, allow me to share just a quick story on myself so you can understand how this information came to be, and you can understand why this may be something that you would lend your left ear to, which we'll talk about tonight, to be helpful for you on your journey. So my body, about 6 years ago, I was in class with about 15 other people, and I was sitting in a round circle. And my coach was sitting, let's just say my coach was sitting where you are, and I'm sitting up against the back. There is a young lady who is right here to my left that was talking. And while she was talking, I was scratching my arm, like, big time, like super scratching, okay? And it was more abnormal. I was like, I haven't scratched like this since I can remember. And I'm not even sure if I have ever scratched this hard. That's how intense it was. So I said, okay, what do I have to hurt? Let's go ask my coach, Bob, and let's see what's going on, right? So I walk over to Bob at the break, and I said, hey, Bob, I was like, what does this and this and this mean? And about 4 words out of my mouth, he asked me, how long have I had a death wish? Now, I'm sure you're probably thinking the same thing I am. First off, how in the world did he get that? Second off, how in the world did he even know that I had a death wish at some point in my life? Meaning, how did he even know that I was suicidal at some point on my journey? Well, the skill sets that I'm going to share with you tonight, the skill sets I've been sharing with you for the past 3 training sessions, and this is body language too, so I can. The skill sets that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight is exactly how he came up with this conclusion. And when you understand it, it by far will make a massive impact in your life, in your family's lives, in the people that you get to serve, in the business relationships that you get to create. And yes, what's up, Rebecca Ann Taylor? Hey, I appreciate you, and I am so grateful that you have been helped by something that God has put through me. So, and that I notice I get really happy about. And honestly, I'm just going to be Brian with you. That's the only person I know how to be. This is literally my favorite part of time of my day. It's literally being able to connect with you here through this beautiful thing that we call technology so that I can support and share with you things that have been near and dear to my heart and things that I consistently see to help reclaim people's lives from broken relationships, from yo-yo dieting, from bad personal images to unforgiveness with mom and dad, to maybe even crazier stories than that, from being suicidal, from being high on drugs, from going to jail and turning your life back around. I'm speaking about myself completely here. All of these things, if you are experiencing any of these things and they are less than your optimal choice of life, today I will have answers for you. And if you are serious and committed about maximizing your life, these skill sets that I'm going to share with you are by far the fastest way that I know how to upgrade. From my own experience and what I see people consistently come to me for, this is exactly what you can expect. Hey, Danny. So, hey, if you have not shared and my information has touched you in somehow, some way, please share, because I assure you, someone will watch the video that you share, because I cannot reach everyone. The only way that I can support 200 million people is by serving you, making an impact in your life, and for you to see the value and for you to share it with someone that you know not yet who that will be. So I appreciate you, and I'm thankful for you. And the person that you were going to help, I assure you, is going to be more helpful and more thankful than you and I both combined, because you never know where someone is at on their journey. We may be able to touch someone who's suicidal tonight. You never know that. You never know what's going on in people's lives. And this is one thing that I actually got to have a little experience with this weekend. Hey, Kimmy, I appreciate you. I was in New York this past weekend speaking on Friday, and Penny, my beautiful lady, was there with me. And it was really interesting because when we got on our first Uber ride off of the plane, I'm a very talkative person. I am a very loving person. I love to hug people. I love to tell them that I'm thinking about them. I love to uplift them and put value in their life and share words of wisdom and whatever else comes up. Maybe a joke, who knows. Long story short, we got into our cab ride and I asked the guy how he was doing. Crickets. Nothing. Maybe he didn't hear me. I asked him again, hey buddy, how are you doing? How is your day going? Crickets. Nothing again. Interesting. So at this moment, I start going through my stories in my head saying, well, maybe this guy doesn't like me. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's this. I said, hold on, time out. Brian, yes? You know nothing about this guy. You don't know a thing about what is going on or what has happened in his life. It's not you. Give yourself permission to relax. Vote his victory. And carry on with your day. And allow yourself to be in a good mood. Body language was extremely helpful for me to understand this. Because if I didn't understand what my body was actually feeling off the feeling rejected, I basically felt rejected. So first I felt sorrow, which is review for all of you. If you didn't catch my first 2 trainings, go check the first 2. Sorrow shows up in your chest and your throat. Well, what happened was I felt rejected. If you've ever felt rejected before, just type a yes in the message box. If you've ever felt rejected before, just type a yes in the message box. And what happens is when I felt rejected, I automatically got angry because that was my protective mechanism. Like, oh, screw that. That's not happening to me. Oh, ego kicks in. First off, it wasn't angry or it wasn't anger that I was first experiencing. It was sorrow. I felt rejected. I would have liked to connect with the guy, and to have a crickets for an answer was pretty much not acceptable to me. In Texas, where I'm from, that's not how that goes. What's up, Melinda? It's not how that goes at all. And as you get into different cultures, people are dramatically different. So we get to vote victory, myself included. Okay? So we're going to start digging in. That is an experience of my own, 2 of them, of where body language comes into handy. If you are a coach, what's up, Zilla? If you are a mom, a dad in a relationship, looking to get into a relationship, looking to create better business relationships, looking to create rapport faster for business relationships, looking to create better connection with your partner and yourself, body language is exactly what you need to do that. How important would it be for you to understand at any point in time, second in the day, for you to be able to check in and literally be able to tell what your body is actually trying to tell you? A lot of people, when they watch my training, is like, man, you're constantly moving around and itching and scratching. It's like, yes, I know. That is my body communicating to me. So let's do a little review. Right side of your nose, this means I will. What's up, Audrey Nicole, one of my favorite tribe members. Left side is I can. Audrey, we're talking about body language part 3. This is I can, I will, I can, I will, I can, I will. So when you hear me do that or see me do that, that's what my body is indicating. My body is consistently talking to me. Your body is consistently talking to you. It's just a matter of if you have these skill sets necessary to interpret what your body is actually trying to tell you. How big of an impact do you think it will make in your life when you understand how to interpret what your body is attempting to communicate to you? How big of a difference do you think it will make in your life? What's up, Elizabeth? In what ways do you think it will make a difference in your life? I assure you, it will happen. It will create more things that you possibly cannot even quantify or even put into your imagination if you have not experienced it. The day that I was telling you about when my coach picked up that I was suicidal when I was in my early 20s, literally that day, he helped coach me back into my experience because I didn't love myself and I had no idea that I didn't. Here's question number 2. Do you love yourself? I request that you be fully authentic, which I know you will if you're on my call. You've already subconsciously agreed to that because that's the only way you can upgrade is to get real and to get raw, as somewhat a Garrett J. White would say. So do you love yourself? That is the question on the table because I thought that I did. And when my coach asked me that, I said, yeah, sure. Yeah and sure is a no-go. Anything other than yes or no is a no-go. Yeah, sure. Do I love myself? No, I didn't. I didn't know. I had no idea. And I said, I thought that I did. Is there some other levels? Then please show me the way. I'm open-minded and willing to move forward no matter what it takes. There you go, Cynthia. I like that. Okay? So what we're going to go through tonight is going to start helping you to get clear on exactly where your glitches may be and start sharing with you some Jedi tricks and tools. Is that cool with you? Does that sound fair for you? If so, just type a yes. So we're going to start going through a couple things right now. We're going to do a little bit of review just for a second so that everyone's on the same page and so that we're all moving forward efficiently and congruently. And all this information I'm sharing with you plus more is in our body language series. This is by far our most popular, most miracle-creating set of wisdom and information that we have. It is by far my favorite. As a matter of fact, this month I go to my coaches from the 12th through the 16th for 4 days of body language. And I am super pumped because every time I go, I get a new piece or a new piece. And what happens is that piece plugs in a whole grid of information that was kind of foggy to me before. So I am super enthusiastic about this, right? All right. So if you draw a line right down the center of your body, the right side of your body is your masculine side, the left side is your feminine side. It goes into way more than that. Just for right now, just understand that. If you're just catching my training for the first time, just type first timer. For those of my newcomers, or actually for those of my veterans, please share my broadcast if you do not mind. I love you and I am grateful for you and thank you for your support. And I appreciate you helping me help 200 million other people because I couldn't do it without you. Lisa Locker, welcome back, young lady. Okay, so let's just go through this real fast. So stomach. If your stomach is tight, that's where fear shows up. If your chest and your throat is tight, that's where sorrow shows up. If your back and your neck's tight, that's where anger shows up. So let's do a little check-in. This is for you. Awesome, Audrey, you are. Awesome, you are. Okay, so zone into your body right now and tell me what you notice. Do you have any tightness in your stomach? If you do, type fear. If you have any tightness in your chest or your throat, type sorrow. If you have any tightness in your back and your neck, type anger. Ready, go. Because tonight, we're going to create some miracles right here while we're on the phone. Are you open-minded to that? Fear. Hey, Vicky, welcome back. Anger. Love it, Micah Cook. Sorrow. All right, so far we got a little mixture. Okay? This is the most important part to what we're talking about right now. It's never about what's wrong. What's up, Carrie? It's always about what is returning to you. Chris, I messaged you today. What's up, Steven? Welcome, bud. I haven't seen you yet, my friend. Welcome aboard. All right, so let's do this, all right? I'm going to take you through a little example. Okay? So here's the key. The first part is literally being able to recognize what's going on. Have you ever heard me talk about ABRA, like abracadabra, which is my emotional icon / acronym to help me remember things, to help you out? So the A stands for acknowledge, meaning scan your body, find out whether you're functioning in fear, anger, sorrow, okay? The B stands for breathe. The first R stands for release. Second R stands for realign. A stands for appreciation. That is an acronym that will allow you to scan your body at any point in time in the day to identify your sabotage, identify your pain points, and identify why your body and why you are not experiencing the things you desire to experience versus living a reactionary life. What I'm teaching you and what I'm sharing with you is the skill sets necessary to have response ability in your life. Therefore, you do not go around reacting to everything in your experience because you, on some way, form, or fashion, as well as myself, are creating your experience either knowingly or unknowingly. What I'm sharing with you today and what I've shared with you the last 3 sessions is the skill sets necessary of how to identify the subconscious emotional body, how to have a skill set necessary to decode what it's telling you, to decode why you're not getting in shape, to decode why you sabotage yourself, to decode why you keep attracting the same type of mates into your relationship, to decode why you're not in certain types of positions in your financial status, in your spiritual connection with God, in your physical, your health, your emotional well-being. All of this stuff is encompassed within understanding how to recognize body language and how to utilize it to benefit you and to transmute or to change emotions into their higher thought form or emotional patterns. Does that make sense to you? If it does, just type a yes so I understand exactly where you're at. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through some tips on how to connect better with your partner, how to connect better when you're on the phone, how to connect better when you're talking to someone in person. If you have a career that involves people, this is for you. If you are ready, let's type a yes. Okay, so here's what we're going to talk about first. Okay, we're going to talk about body awareness, and we're specifically going to talk about how to be most effective on the phone. Meaning, understanding what you understand about your body, your right side being masculine, your left side being your feminine side. This is important. Right side means that I'm doing, I'm taking action. Left side means that I'm receiving. Okay, so let me ask you this. If I was having a conversation with you, and I was really looking to maximize my ability to connect with you by literally being able to receive all the information and data that you are sharing with me, in order for me to connect with you best, how would I be listening? Would I be listening with my left ear or would I be listening with my right ear? Remember, right ear is taking action, it's doing. Left ear is about receiving. Which ear do you think would make the most sense for me to connect and to listen to you so that I can be best supportive for you? Ooh, we got some smart ladies. Of course we do. What's up, Greg? Welcome, brother. So right now, the question on the table, Greg, you kind of hopped in a few minutes behind. Let me catch you up just for a second. The left side of your body is your feminine side or your receiving side. The right side of your body is your action or your doing side. Your left ear is about receiving information. Your right ear is about taking action. So if I'm looking to connect with you and I have a job that requires me having conversations with human beings such as yourself, naturally, the most important thing for me to do is to make sure that I'm connecting with you. It's so that I'm hearing all of your information. So when I repeat it back to you and say, hey, Greg, so what I heard you say is blank, 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 and blank. Are we in agreement with that? Yes. In order for that to happen, I get to take the information in on my left side, which means if I'm holding the phone in my hand, it goes in my left ear. If I have an earpiece, it goes in my left ear. If I'm taking the phone in my right hand or the earpiece is in my right ear, I'm thinking about solving your problem the whole time I'm listening to you without fully being able to fully and actively listen and be patient. All right? Now, understand that when you are on the phone with someone, your body is a transceiver, which means when I'm talking to someone, my body, I appreciate it, Greg. So it's important to understand that your body is a transceiver as well. So here's what that means. So when I'm talking to you, and I've had a conversation with most of you so far, when I'm talking to you, my body will literally pick up sorrow, anger, fear. My body will literally tell me what's up as I connect with the other person on the phone or in person, whatever. My body will mirror all of this. Now, why is that important? How will that impact and benefit your life? How will that impact and benefit your relationships? How will it allow you to connect further with someone? What is the benefit? What value does that provide of your body literally being able to be a transceiver or help you to understand what your person that you're having a conversation with? How valuable do you think that would be in your life? Super valuable, I assure you, because I use it every day. And it is by far one of the most valuable skill sets because people don't care what you know until they know that you're hearing them. People really just want to be heard. There's so much stuff going on. A lot of times when people are having a conversation, for me, if I just let them talk and when they're done, completely like, man, that was a great conversation. I didn't really have to say much at all. I just asked some questions. Sat in my left ear, so that I could hear them, so that I could be with them, and so that I could support them and nurture them and ask some more questions to elicit some feelings, and then I can understand exactly where they're at. All I get to do is just breathe the whole time to help them stay unstuck. When they get stuck, that's because I am stuck. If I'm not breathing, that person is also going to not breathe. The best thing you could do during sticky conversations that require some love, that are somewhat tedious and somewhat kind of like, this is going to be an uncomfortable conversation. First off, I choose to make this fun and easy. Second off, I give myself permission to breathe fully. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of other things. This is a pretty cool story. One of my coaches is deep undercover military. Like, I haven't been able to go hold of the guy in 2 years, so if that tells you anything, which kind of sucks because I'd like to go visit him and get some more time in. So this is important. Remember, your right side is your giving action side, your doing side. Your left side is your receiving, your feminine, intuitive, receptive, that whole route. Okay, so feeling world, left side, rational logic world, right side. So my coach, we were in class one day learning a bunch of this stuff, and there was a lady in the class, and he goes, all right, he had the lady sitting on his left. He goes, okay, tell me how old you are. She goes, no, I don't want to tell you that. He's like, all right, perfect, awesome. Get up and get on this side. Get on my right side. So then he goes, all right, how old are you? You should have seen her face. She's on his right side, his directive side. Soon as he said that, she kind of stood up and was like, I feel like I have to tell you. In essence, she was on his dominant side. Energetically, he had an upper hand on her. So what I'm saying this specifically for is for you to understand this. This is not a toy. This is not used to create energetically. What's up, Letty? This is not for you to use to create inferior positions for people so you can take advantage of them. This is used to create connection and rapport. You've already agreed to that by being on my call. And I love you. Okay? So let's just review this for a second. If you're really looking to connect with your family, with your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever, your boss, if you really would like for them to feel a part of your conversation, put them on your left side. This allows them to feel like they are in your conversation and can be in your space. Like Chris was at the talk that I did this weekend in Queens, New York. And the whole time, I basically was positioned just like I am right now. Like right now, my left side is to you. So here, we're going to play a little game, okay? Pay attention to what you feel right now. Pay attention to how you're breathing. Pay attention to your energy. Pay attention to the temperature of your body. Because I'm about to switch sides. Okay? Here we go. Now I'm switching sides. Pay attention to how you feel. Because this still works while you're on the phone. Alright, so this is my right side. Like, how do you feel right now? I don't like the way that I feel right now. I feel closed off. This is my directive. This is my authoritative, my teaching position. Although I don't feel as connected with you right now with my right shoulder. What do you feel? What do you notice? What do you notice in how you feel? Do you feel more connected with me with my right side? Did you feel like you can ask questions and you feel supported? Or do you like the way that I was sitting with my left side first? What's your favorite, right side or left? And why? Short. Doesn't need to be a paragraph. So, left side. Let's do it again, okay? How does this side feel for you? This is left side. You are in my space. I'm allowing you to come into my territory. Very important. Not standoffish. Very open. Easily dialogued. Very comfortable conversation. I feel very calm. I could sit here and shake your hand and talk to you the whole time and not feel uncomfortable. Yeah, that's right, Chris. That's my action side. Yeah, so there you go. Left friendlier. So look at all the comments so far. So you know it's not just me. These are your teammates. This is your family. They're all saying the same thing in their own little way. So let me ask you this. How does this impact you moving forward? In what ways will you use this constructively? In what ways will you use this to create a win-win situation in your relationships? In your business relationships? Awesome, Carrie. That's right, Greg. That's exactly correct. Yep, all of you are right on track. Yeah. So that's important to understand. It's important to understand these subtleties because let me just share this with you. There are so many more things going on that we cannot see than what we can see. I guarantee you, the more I realize what's going on in the world of energy, I realize how small of a piece our natural reality plays. When you can have control over energy and you can learn how to harness energy and use it for you, your life and your ability to create is going to massively change. And when you understand and can tap into the subtleties, when you're having a conversation with someone and the conversation is rubbing and it's not going very fast and it's not going very clean and thorough, adjust your position. Look at this. If the person that you're talking to is on their right side and you're leading with your right, guess what? It's like this. Boom, boom, boom. Two magnets that repel each other. And if you were just to switch your position, this person has their right to you and you're on your left. Well, now you're creating a good conversation energetically. Just understand. With this person being on their right, they have the dominant position over you energetically. You, although being a Jedi, understand this. So when you understand this, you meet them on the left to create the conversation, and then you switch during the conversation. Can you see how impactful that would be for yourself? How much better of a negotiator would that make you? How much better of a relationship communicator and connector would that make you? I can tell you for a fact, when Penny and I are walking together or we're going out to eat or whatever, I can tell you when she's on my right, I'm edgy, a bit more abrasive sometimes. I'm like, babe, will you switch and get on my left? And she'll automatically know. She'll switch and get on my left because she can tell. As soon as she does, man, so much easier. I'm so much more calm. I don't feel like I'm in a hurry. I don't feel abrasive. I don't feel short, any of that stuff. I feel nice, calm, collected, very present, very aware, and very communicative, non-abrasive, non-threatened, any of that. And just very calm. Okay? Yeah. All right, so let's talk about this, okay? Body position, left versus right lead. So we just talked about body position. So if you're meeting someone for the first time, let's talk about handshakes. If you're meeting someone for the first time and you are shaking their hand, right? So let's say I'm walking up to you right now and I'm shaking my right hand to your hand and I am my right hip forward. You also are going to have your right hip forward because when you're shaking hands for the first time, that's typically how it does, right? So here's the deal. Remember, right side is action, doing. That person also is meeting you with their action, doing side, which means for no more than 7 seconds is that going to be comfortable. When I'm doing this with my coach, I automatically, my back gets hot. I start to feel really warm. I start to just feel a little unconsciously edgy. How about this? Subconsciously edgy. I like that better. So what I would do is when I'm shaking this person's hand, I would automatically change my body position to where now my left side is facing him. I still have my right hand out. Hey, Mr. Jones, it's a pleasure to meet you. I may even take my hand and put it on his shoulder. That's a one-upper. Pay attention to that. When someone one-ups you again, you touch their hand to balance it back out. Here's what it looks like. If I'm shaking your hand, bam, I can tell I start to get a little red, a little heated. I switch my position. Hey, Mr. Jones, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Brian Johnson. Blah, 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 blah. I may even touch his shoulder. If he touches my hand or touches my shoulder after that, I'll touch his hand again to complete to where I'm up on the energetic exchange. Okay? Does that make sense? What's up, Gabe? A lot of good information for you here, Gabe. Make sure you go back and check out the beginning. So let's talk about some stuff, okay? I'm going to start sharing with you now some pretty phenomenal stuff. And Gabe, this is a little review for you. And for those of you that are like tuning in and just like starting to have your dome peeled back a little bit to what's available, allow me to dig in some more for your pleasure, okay? So now, if I'm having a conversation with you right now and you're looking to connect with me, what's up, Shannon Beach? And you're looking to connect with me, and my left side is towards you, or my left leg is up, or my hand is like this. Let's look at this, okay? So my left hand is on top. Just look at the thumbs or index finger. Okay, my left hand is on top, all right? So if I'm talking to you, a lot of people will hold their hands like this. That's pretty common, right? If I'm holding my hand like this and my left hand is up, what does that tell you? Remember, left side is feminine, emotional, receiving. Right side is masculine, rational, doing. Okay? So if you're looking to have a conversation with me and you're really looking to connect, you would be having conversations around my feelings. If you're a realtor, hey, imagine how you're going to feel when you get this new house. Can you sense how you're going to feel walking through the door after a day of work and your big screen TV is going off and it's wintertime and your fireplace is going off? Imagine how you're going to feel, right? So when I'm on my left and someone is on their left, you are talking about how they feel, asking them questions. How do you feel? How does this make you feel? How do you think this will make you feel? Feeling. Think of this. Females are emotional. Feelings. You tailor your whole conversation around supporting how they are receiving information at that time. Not off of your agenda. You adjust your agenda around how their body is receiving information. Okay? Now, let's switch. This time, my right hand is on top. What does that mean? Right hand is remember this, men are typically rational and logical for the most part. Okay? That's what that means. So if I'm having a conversation and you are on my right, and I have my right hand on top, or I've got my right leg crossed, it doesn't mean that I'm necessarily closed off. Okay? My right leg or hand means that I'm looking for rational information, black or white. Hey, Brian, here's the basic breakdown of your investment on your new house. You're going to get a 6% interest rate. You're getting a 30-year fixed term. Your walkout price is $200,000. Your investment's going to be blank, blank, blank today. How would you like to take care of that? All I'm doing is asking questions and giving information that is in black or white or rational and logical. They don't care about what they're feeling. It's not about that. What's up, Steve Rivas? It's about empirical data to make decision. Okay? It's about giving them information that fits how they're receiving information. It's not about our agenda. It's about taking our agenda and supporting it into how they're receiving information. Okay? So we talked about how to ease and how to change your body position to relieve constriction when you're having a conversation or friction. Okay, we talked about hand positions with as far as like left side on top, right side on top, what that means. Leg positions, logical versus emotional. Hands on a knee. This is another important one. So let's just say, for example, that I was talking to Steve, my client on here, and I was looking to create some subconscious rapport with him. While I would be talking to him, I would have my right hand on my right kneecap. What does that mean, Brian? Your right kneecap represents partnership with a male figure because that's on the right side of your body. Your kneecap specifically is about another male figure. The back part of your kneecap is about me personally. Remember, that's a contraction area. So ladies, other females is on the front of your knee. Back is about you. Yeah, there you go, Greg. Hey, let's touch base, Greg, and see what you picked up. I'd be happy to have a conversation with you when you get some time. So remember, ladies, if you're looking to create rapport with someone, another female that is, your hand is going to go on your left knee. Ladies, if you're looking to create rapport with another male figure, you are going to have your left hand on your right knee. Men, if you're looking to create rapport with another female, you're going to put your right hand on your left knee. So it would look something like crossing your legs, and your right hand would be on your left knee. Whatever's comfortable for you. You obviously don't want to look like you're just uncomfortable and feeling weird. And it's also really important to match and mirror and match breathing patterns. When you can match someone's breathing patterns, you're going to sync up with them. It's a massive difference. Okay? So mirroring matching is a big deal. That's an old school one. What I'm teaching you is a lot more in-depth than that. And it's all about adding a lot of different little tools along the way and seeing what works best for you. So we're going to shut it down right there tonight. And naturally, if you found this valuable and you would like to dig into our body language series, I assure you it's